Ever wondered what common hiking gear you can ditch to make your hike more enjoyable? A heavy backpack with the usual gear can be a burden on the trail. But what if you could lighten it without compromising your hike? This video will guide you through some common hiking items that you might not really need. It's about simplifying your journey, making it more enjoyable and less of a chore. So get ready to lighten your load and make your hiking experience more enjoyable. First off, consider ditching the bear bag, which is totally awkward because I just did a video saying how important it is to hang your food. Anyways, it's a common piece of hiking gear, but is it really necessary? You might be surprised to find out that it's not. I've been hiking for years and I've never had an issue with animals getting into my food. My secret? It's odor-proof bags. All of my foods and smellables go into an odor-proof bag, which goes into a roll top bag, and then I hang that on like a low-laying branch. Simple, effective, way less cumbersome and difficult than a bear bag. So not only does this save weight, but it also keeps your food safe from curious critters. And in my experience, these odor-proof bags have proven their worth time and time again. And we're doing this all in the name of convenience, practicality, and saving weight. So save some weight, save some hassle, leave the bear bags at home. I mean, I still put it in a tree. If I don't hang it, that counts, right? Next on the list is a toothbrush and toothpaste. I know, hold on, let me explain. If you're just doing an overnight trip or 2 nights, it's perfectly okay to leave that stuff behind. I'm not a dentist, but I did spend almost a decade in the dental field, and I can assure you that your pearly whites won't suffer from skipping a night or 2 of brushing. Instead, pack some sugar-free gum, which encourages saliva production, and then when you're done with that, just rinse well with water. And if you want to go the extra mile, bring some floss so none of the remnants of that trail mix are still in your teeth. And again, I'm not advocating for poor dental health. It's all about simplifying your kit, being practical, and lightening your load. And let's face it, every once in a while, it's kind of fun to break the rules. Hopefully my mom's not watching. So question for you. Have you ever thought about ditching your stove and not cooking? I know it may sound radical, but it really isn't as daunting as it sounds. Going stoveless is a choice many hikers make on long distance trips and short trips. It's a strategy, again, about practicality, weight savings, and convenience. Firstly, it simplifies your eating routine. No more fuel to carry, no more pots to clean, and no more waiting for water to boil. You just eat when you're hungry. And secondly, it really does lighten your pack. Every ounce counts when you're hiking and backpacking, and not taking your stove and all the things that go with it can save a significant amount of weight. Now, if you're wondering about like bagged meal options, Mountain House actually has several meals that just use cold water. My favorite is the granola with dried milk and berries. It's wicked good. And if you love coffee, fear not, there's always instant coffee. And if you don't like instant coffee, you are not a true coffee lover. Come at me. You wanna go? You wanna fight? Whoa. How about instead of fighting, how about we get along and we become friends? How about you subscribe to the channel? Subscribing would be just amazing. Take your finger and just hit the little subscribe. No, right, yeah, there you go. Next, it's time to say goodbye to paper maps. In this digital age, paper maps seem redundant. Technology has revolutionized the way we backpack and hike in the backcountry, making our experiences safer, more efficient, and less cumbersome. GPS and other reliable tech have basically replaced the need for paper maps, almost making them obsolete. And if you still want to bring a paper map, and honestly, I still do sometimes. But if you want to bring one, consider this. Cut the section of the map that you need, and that's it. So that means you might need to become acquainted with your scissors, but it's a small price to pay, and who likes bringing a big cumbersome map? Cut out the section you need, tape it back in when you're done. That's what I do. But overall, embrace the tech, leave the paper maps behind. Pack covers, they're on the chopping block. God, I hate pack covers. Now, these often beloved things might seem like your best friend when it starts pouring outside, but let's be honest, they're way more hassle than they're worth. The overall concept of a pack cover is flawed at best. It covers half of your pack from the rain. It's like, yeah, one side is dry, but the other side's gonna get wet. And moreover, pack covers are just cumbersome. Every time a surprise shower hits, you have to stop, unpack, take out your pack cover, then you can't get to your items, and then it stops raining. You take your pack off, take your pack cover off, put it in your backpack. I mean, come on. Not to mention, it just adds weight and complicates your whole setup. So what's the alternative? I propose to pack liner or a trash bag. Yes, you heard me right, the humble trash bag. You see, unlike pack covers, pack liners, trash bags, they actually keep your stuff dry. And if you're using a pack liner, your stuff is going to be waterproof. Plus, they're lightweight and you can access your gear without a struggle because you're using a pack liner or a trash bag. I've used trash bags many times. And if you want to add a level of security, just get a waterproof stuff sack for your really valuable items like your sleeping bag. You don't want things like that to get wet. So doubling up and using a waterproof stuff sack inside a pack liner is not a bad idea either. Just trust me, whatever you do, just ditch the pack cover. It's absolute garbage. That does it for me. This is Nate Hikes signing out. You have a great night. I'll see you in the backcountry.